Good afternoon and bienvenidos. Welcome to Portland's Veteran Memorial Coliseum, where this afternoon we gather to celebrate the graduates of Theodore Roosevelt High School. At this time, I would like to introduce the faculty and staff of Roosevelt High School. The staff is being led into the arena by Principal Philippe Heuristic, Co-Vice Chair of the School Board, Rita Moore, and Vice Principal Dan Malone. And now, on behalf of the Portland School District, it is my honor to present to you the Roosevelt High School class of 2018.
Ladies and gentlemen, and the graduates of the class of 2018, please remain standing for the national anthem. You may be seated. Again, welcome to today's commencement. As we proceed this afternoon, it is my honor to introduce the group joining me on stage. Mr. Philippe Richtig, our principal, and Andre Hawkins, our Dean of Students. Also with us this afternoon is Portland Public Schools Board of Directors Vice Chair Rita Moore, as well as our counselors, Ms. Laurel Ottacapel, Ms. Kelsey Porter, Ms. Jennifer Reeves-Eisbach, and Ms. Elsa Tellez. Sorry. Graduates, thank you. Thank you for your hard work in getting to today. Thank you for your loyalty to Roosevelt High School. Thank you for being wonderful ambassadors of our school in our neighborhood community, the city of Portland, and at seminars, conferences, and competitions across the state.
Graduados, gracias. Gracias por su trabajo duro para llegar al día de hoy. Gracias por su lealtad a la Escuela Preparatoria Roosevelt. Gracias por ser unos representantes maravillosos de nuestra escuela en nuestra comunidad, en la ciudad de Portland y en seminarios, conferencias y competiciones en nuestro estado.
Thank you for standing up for what is right through the many hard moments you have experienced over your 4 years. As I have thanked you, I know that you have people to thank today as well.
Gracias por defender lo que es justo durante los muchos momentos duros que han experimentado a lo largo de los últimos 4 años. Del mismo modo que yo les he dado las gracias, sé que ustedes tienen personas a las que agradecer hoy.
Please remember that you did not make this journey alone, and the simple act of thanking whomever that might be will be remembered for a lifetime. So if it is a parent, step-parent, grandparent, aunt, uncle, or an adult in the neighborhood, say thank you. If it is a sibling, a neighbor, or one of the many dedicated staff members at RHS who have joined us today in their robes and hoods to honor you, remember to say thank you.
Por favor, recuerden que no han hecho este viaje solos y que el simple hecho de darles las gracias a estas personas será recordado para el resto de sus vidas. Si se trata de los padres, los padrastros, los abuelos, una tía o un tío, un adulto en la comunidad, digan gracias. Si se trata de un hermano, una hermana, un vecino, una vecina, o uno de los miembros del tan dedicado personal de Roosevelt, aquí presentes en sus togas para honrarlos, a ustedes, recuerden darles las gracias.
All of us has that someone in the background cheering us on, pushing us to be better, hoping the best for us, many hoping that you were sitting here today. Remember to let them know you appreciate all they have done for you on this special occasion.
Todos nosotros tenemos a alguien alrededor nuestro animándonos, empujándonos a ser mejores, esperando a lo mejor para nosotros. En esta ocasión muy especial, recuerden decirles que aprecian todo lo que han hecho por ustedes.
Thank you. It is my pleasure to introduce our representative from the Board of Directors of the Portland Public Schools, current co-vice chair of the board, Rita Moore.
Thank you all for inviting me to this wonderful celebration. It's really an honor and a privilege to be here. Congratulations, writers. You did it. All of you have earned this day through hard work and perseverance. You've all had successes and disappointments. I hope you have celebrated and learned from both. You are scholars, athletes, artists, musicians, as well as sons and daughters, friends, colleagues, and neighbors. And you've been successful in all of those roles. Many of you, probably most of you, have also had to overcome challenges to get here. Whether it was struggling over academics or navigating the social complexities of living in a big community, coping with challenging family situations, or just the day-to-day tests of growing into young adulthood, you've made it through, and we're all proud of you. All of the adults in Portland Public Schools, at Roosevelt, in St. John's, and the neighborhood, we couldn't be more proud of you. You are talented, resilient, smart, capable, amazing people. I look forward to seeing you in the neighborhood, and I look forward to watching you grow into the amazingly successful adults that I know you all have the potential to be. I also want to thank the families, friends, neighbors, teachers, and staff who have helped you along the way. They also deserve acknowledgement today, since none of us accomplishes anything worthwhile all by ourselves. High school graduation is often a bittersweet landmark in life. It's a time of both beginnings and endings. My own graduation was many, many decades ago, but I still remember feeling the odd combination of exhilaration and terror. Thank God that's over, followed immediately by, uh-oh, now what? So here are the obligatory words of wisdom from an old person. You're about to start a great adventure. I ask you to enjoy it. Make the most of it. Keep learning, trying new things. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Just as you've had people around you who have helped you up to now, there will be people who are eager to help you succeed later on in life, in your future. They may be a little harder to see, and you may have to ask them for the help, but they'll be there if you ask. You may have to be brave to do it, and you may have to be confident to do it, but it's worth it. And never forget that the most important things in life are to care for your families, your friends, and your community. You are the future of Portland. We're very proud of you. We look forward to the accomplishments that you're going to have. We look forward to the benefits that you're going to give to the rest of the community. And we look forward to being able to support you in whatever you decide to do. So, go out and do great things. And don't forget to come back and tell us about them. Thank you again. Congratulations.
Thank you, Rita, for those words. Now it is time and a great honor for me to invite to the stage the valedictorians of the class of 2018.
Hi everyone, my name is Jess, and on behalf of all 8 of your valedictorians this year, it is my pleasure to be here with you on graduation. That's not completely true. I'm kind of terrified of public speaking, but I am glad to be surrounded by such creative, compassionate, and courageous people on this meaningful day. As we leave Roosevelt and go on with our lives, I know I'm not the only one worried about running into a world full of people who aren't quite as wonderful as the ones we've met at Roosevelt and the ones we've become here. What I think, though, is the skills and values we've learned have prepared us to face those people and face those challenges and then act in the way our world needs most. This big impact Roosevelt has had on all of us is what we decided to use as our theme today. Anna, Ashley, Skylar, John, Alex, and Shablu will share pieces they've written about how Roosevelt has changed how they see themselves, how they see the world, and how they see themselves in relation to the world. Then Madison will speak for us all with a thank you to everyone who has been so important in the transformation of our class. We really hope that you feel our love for this school and for this community.
Hello, my name is John Wilkinson. Wow, school definitely didn't prepare me to speak in front of this many people. As I sat at my desk struggling on what the speech should be about, I remembered that the theme we wanted entailed how Roosevelt changed our personal lives. Now, I could go on and on about my personal experiences here at Roosevelt, but I want to focus attention on us as a collective group. As we embarked on our high school journey, much similar to that of a bud on a cherry blossom tree, we were scared of what the future held. Not knowing if these next 4 years of our lives were going to be the best or the worst. In the midst of Reconstruction, we never let that be an excuse. We let the outside recognize that no for an answer wasn't in our vocabulary and that our voices were to be taken seriously. And as we all blossomed into this beautiful cherry blossom tree that we are, we looked at the world through different lenses and perspectives, dissecting the injustices and seeking ways to alleviate the pain. Now look to your left and to your right. All of us at one point existed as a bud on that cherry blossom tree, searching for our own identity and individuality. Through determination, perseverance, hard work, and sleepless nights, we have managed to overcome the hardships and adversities we have faced for the past 4 years. We all have deserved this accomplishment, and we have all had an impact on each other, whether we know it or not. I wish you all the very best in your future endeavors, and congratulations to the Roosevelt class of 2018.
Hello, my name is Chable. Roosevelt had absolutely changed me for the better. As someone who was once shy and scared of people I didn't know, I've never thought that I would be able to speak in front of a big crowd, and I definitely never thought that I would be one of my high school valedictorians. But I have worked hard for this honor, and I'm proud of what I've accomplished in these last 4 years with the love and support from my teachers, my staff, my fellow students, and family who cares about me and my future. Here's why it matters so much to me. From the beginning, my life has been rooted in struggle. I was born in Burma and grew up in Thailand, refugee camp. The educational system in the camp did not prepare you for the real world, and not all children were able to attend school. I had to walk several miles to go to school every day, and I would often see so many of my peers on the street because their family couldn't afford to pay for their school tuition. This is why I value my Roosevelt education so much. I was taught so many things in the last few years that probably aren't being taught in other school. Senior inquiry taught me the real stories about the horrors of slavery, the injustice of Japanese internment camps, the myths about Christopher Columbus, and how different social justice movements such as Black Lives Matter started and how we as young people could carry on that torch. I am now more prepared to go out into the real world as a critical thinker and an advocate for social justice. My teachers have invested time into shaping me to be a more engaged citizen. Roosevelt has also given me the opportunity to earn college credit while attending high school. Thanks to support my counselor and my teachers, I have been awarded 7 different scholarships that a total of almost $40,000, which will definitely help me achieve my goal of attending a 4-year university. And over the years, I have evolved from a scared, undereducated child in a refugee camp to a confident, accomplished, multilingual scholar. Roosevelt was key in helping me make that transition. This is a place where adults care, where they push you to be your best and accept you for who you are. And I'm extremely blessed to be graduated from Roosevelt High School, and congratulations to the class of 2018.
Hi, my name is Anna Mills. Introverted, scared, unsure. Big wide doors, chipped stairwells, vivid strokes of paint that covered the walls, and the old creaking green heaters that we didn't dare to touch. The Velt. This was my home. This is a home to a girl who felt like she didn't have one. Roosevelt is a community that shows what happens when you put compassion, action, and people who care about one another in the same setting. Not white plastered walls that contain harm and hate, or broken promises and reassurance about each other's safety. We are the last generation to walk through the living legacy that was once the Velt, once our home. And as a class who shows leadership, action, allyship, we know where we came from, and we must not forget that. I'm no longer introverted, nor scared, nor unsure, because of the everlasting nostalgia I have waltzing through our halls, reminiscing to once we had. Because that's my home, and it always will be. My home is behind the dry walls in the main building, ingrained in the soil beneath the concrete, and we are a family, as cheesy as that might sound. And so every day, I thank Roosevelt for changing me into the person I am today, valedictorian or not. And so congratulations, class of 2018. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Skylar. All right. During our 4 years of high school, we've memorized a lot of information. Some of us can tell you how to make ice cream using dry ice. Others can analyze every minuscule detail of a text. This knowledge will be the strong base from which we flourish in our continued education and professional careers. But even more important than collecting the knowledge is knowing that we have the power to use it to change the world. At Roosevelt High School, I learned that I'm more than a receptacle to be filled with facts, equations, and dates. I can passionately apply what I am learning to engender change in my community and beyond. And I didn't come to this conclusion during a lecture on the subject. I saw it being embodied in my fellow classmates. Hoodies Up Day, we did that. The Rally for Gun Control, that was us. The Sit-In for Black Lives Matter, all us, and so many more. These events were organized and executed by Roosevelt students, by many of you. Through what we learned in class, we saw the injustice surrounding us in our very own community, and we did something about it. So please, think back to this as you move on from Roosevelt. Think about everything we have accomplished as high schoolers, and let it remind you that we can do so much more. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Ashley Brady. Hi. We are not the same people we were on our first day of high school, September 2nd, 2014. The halls in Roosevelt are not the same. We are the last class to see the old Roosevelt. We have all gone through many changes within the last 4 years. Roosevelt has become our home, and we have met many people who have had an impact on our lives and getting us here today.
Hello, my name is Alexander Tep Soto. A blessing to be part of the Roosevelt community, to be part of so many life-changing experiences at school, to be here. But beyond that, Roosevelt is also home. Roosevelt is where I have family that showed me the importance of diversity and why we need to protect it, where I have made many connections through stories and experiences. It has made the spark for seeking equity and justice in this world a never-burning flame. I am no longer confined from a history that is and was never shown to us. I am no longer ashamed of the color on my skin. I'm no longer ashamed of the honor it is to speak Spanish. I am no longer quiet. My school has changed physically, but not the education that my teachers and friends have given me throughout the last 4 years. The school that was changing me is not changing for others that don't look like me. But I will take what I have from these 4 years of experiences, from the struggle, the pushback, the extra hours, from the friends I made, from the teachers I got to bond with, and break every box they try to put us in, because we can and we will. Finally, class of 2018, remember your roots, your culture. Remember that we are in certain places in life for a reason. Remember that you are the future. Remember that the best is yet to come. And I want to end off with this, so repeat after me. We rise!
We rise!
To justice!
To justice!
With our sisters!
With our sisters!
And our brothers!
And our brothers!
We rise!
We rise!
To justice!
To justice!
With our sisters!
With our sisters!
And our brothers!
And our brothers!
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Madison. Today I have the Today I have the privilege of thanking everyone who had an impact on the 2018 Roosevelt Riders. To start, I want to say thank you to the staff of Roosevelt. Your constant care for both the old and new buildings and for all the students makes learning possible. Thank you to the teachers who work tirelessly to make sure that we are loved, learning, and growing into the best us we can be. Thank you to our fellow students. The phrase, iron sharpens iron, is a perfect description of this class. Because personally, I feel like I am going into the world a better person because of all your honesty, openness, and passion. Finally, thank you to all the friends and families here. You all are the ones who had and still have the most impact. When one of these graduates gave you a ticket to this ceremony, they were saying that you made a difference in their lives, whether it was big or small. For me, without my family and friends, I would not be able to stand on this stage tonight. Without any of these groups, I believe that a lot of us would be in a different place. So on behalf of the 2018 Roosevelt Riders, thank you for all your endless love and support.
Thank you to the valedictorians. The next speaker has made an impact on her class, to be sure. She has made presentations that enthralled us and performances that raised the roof and made us think. It is an honor to welcome to the stage this year's student representative, Miss Zoe Lika.
Hi, everybody. The experience I've had at Roosevelt, I can't have imagined having anywhere else but here, with each and every one of you sitting here today. The last 4 years haven't been the most typical per se. It definitely wasn't like High School Musical or a 90s high school cult classic, but that to me is what made it special. We've created a family from all around the world, a community that loves and supports each other through everything. Roosevelt took me in with open arms like no one else has throughout my life. When I was 15, I had my mind set on college and at least thought I knew what I wanted in life. Unfortunately, I was living on such a small, very beautiful, but very, very small island in the Caribbean. I wasn't surrounded by many academic opportunities, and high school was starting for the most of you guys in the fall. I was roughly 3,000 miles away trying to figure out my next steps. After a while, I realized that the best solution would be to move to the States where there were more resources to help me develop and pursue my passions. I never thought, however, that I would have accomplished as much as I have today. When I moved up here, I moved by myself. I left friends and family in the only place I knew as home. It was hard to adjust, but I was thankful enough to have some family members ease me through the transition. Although I was lucky to stay with family for the first year, there were a few complications and I had to move out quite soon. I had already gotten to know all the wonderful people in this school that had not only believed in me, but wanted the best for me. And I wasn't ready to leave such an amazing community. After only a year, Roosevelt became my new home. In order to stay here and finish the journey ahead, I moved out again, got my own apartment, and began living on my own. I couldn't have done this without all of your support, though. The students who let me crash on their couches for the first few weeks of moving, the parents who gave me rides to and from soccer games, the teachers who stayed for hours after school to help me with homework when I didn't have anyone else to at home, or I was just really bad at turning things in on time. To my mom, who sacrificed so much for me and has done everything she can to support me from afar. You showed me that a team of two is powerful enough. Thank you, Mom, and those around me who constantly encouraged me to see my potential. I'd love to acknowledge individual people by name, but the truth is that every one of you is the reason I'm standing here today. Looking back at my 15-year-old self, I was unsure of who I was and whether I was capable of the things I desired. But now I can finally say I'm proud of who I've become. All of us should be proud of who we've become. We've all had our own personal struggles and obstacles constantly pushing us back, from having to work multiple jobs, caring for family members, and certain leaders of our country telling us that we aren't worthy of our accomplishments. Instead of letting them defeat us, we pushed harder. We proved those who are too afraid to believe us wrong. After being unsure for a while if I'd get the chance to finish this high school experience, and being told by some I'm undeserving of my accomplishments, I'm standing here today, accepted into the school I dreamed of getting into since I was 6 years old, offered a full ride to the University of San Francisco, and absolutely ready for whatever challenges the world wants to throw at me next. And now, after 4 years of incredible persistence, we don't just walk away with a piece of paper our parents will frame, but a symbol of the personal growth we've made together. And as we go on our separate paths, I hope that all of you remember to never let anyone, including yourself, hold you back from the things you want out of life. What's next is up to you and your own choices, and you are more than capable than making the impossible possible. So thank you, and best of luck, class of 2018.
Mr. Margolis, and the jazz band. This would be a great time to remind the audience that when we get to calling names, please be respectful that each name can be heard by their family throughout that part of the ceremony, because so many of us work so hard to hear that name called.
Mike? Okay, cool. Hey, excuse me. I just wanted to take a moment and acknowledge the seniors that have been in this band for 3 to 4 years that have brought our jazz band to great heights. They've won 10 first and second place trophies over the last 3 years, really. And so I'd like to acknowledge Cha Blua on bari sax, Zach McKinney, Henry Hochstadter on the piano, Rick Polson on the drums, and Henry Earl on the bass. And of course, I would like to acknowledge Ivani Kate for his efforts this year with us, and Dimitri Ivanor as well. Thank you. This year, our jam has been a piece that we played at the Multicultural Assembly and the Unity Fest, and we just decided we wanted to do it one last time. This is known as Sabor de Cuba.
Thank you, and the band will be back at the end of the ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, I invite to the podium the principal of Roosevelt High School, our own Mr. H.
Let's give it up for Jazz Band one more time. That was awesome. It was hard not to dance. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Buenas tardes. Assalamu alaikum. Malo ilele hujambo. Dobar dan, dobrodošli. Families, friends, district officials, esteemed guests, welcomed. We're so glad you're here. Before I get started, I want to ask all of our Roosevelt staff to please stand and wave, and I want everyone to give these folks a big round of applause. Please stand. I can't tell you enough how loving, how hardworking these staff are. Some of them were in the building even yesterday, helping some of our graduates make sure they're here this afternoon with us. It's an honor for me to work with all of you. My name is Filip Hristic, and as I stand before you today in celebration of this amazing class of graduating seniors, I can't help but feel proud to be your principal. I'm proud that our seniors earned more than $1.5 million in scholarships. I'm proud that more than 80% of our seniors took an advanced placement or a college-level course, and that dozens of you received full-ride scholarships, including the prestigious Act 6 scholarship, Future Connect scholarship, and other university-specific scholarships. Collectively, these students sitting before you earned more than 550 college credits while still in high school. And this class of graduating seniors has more valedictorians than any class that we could find in recent history. Yes. I'm also proud of the legacy that you guys are leaving behind. This year alone, you organized our 3rd annual Hoodies Up Day to honor the life and legacy of Trayvon Martin. You staged the Black Lives Matter sit-in to demand that our school actively respond to the gentrification of North Portland. You organized a rally in solidarity with students from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School to advocate for gun control. You presented to the PPS school board, and you made sure that students will participate in all future hiring of Roosevelt staff. Yes. You represented Rider Pride as student athletes. You engaged in theatrical productions. You showcased robots and video games at state competitions. And you blew away judges and touched our hearts with your musical talents. Class of 2018, you did not just attend Roosevelt High School. You shaped the future of our school. I also want to remind you that you, as some of your friends reminded us this afternoon, you're the last class that attended Roosevelt before any of the construction began, and you're the first to graduate from the fully modernized building. You were there when they tore down the gym, when they put the math portables on the front lawn. Some of you took gym classes in that big white tent. You were displaced by the flood, and most of you attended at least one class that was impacted by the constant noise of one of the jackhammers. You've been through it all, and you made it to this important milestone. Before I end, I want to leave you with a little story. In the summer after your sophomore year, right before they put up the chain link fence around the 1921 building, we were notified that those beautiful rose bushes that were in front of the building would have to be cut down. So a few teachers and I decided to dig them up and save them before they were destroyed. And so I came to school with a shovel one hot day in June, hoping to dig up 2 of the rose bushes and plant them in my front yard. I rolled up my pants, I rolled up my sleeves, and I started digging. I was certain that I would dig them up in just a few minutes. Well, although I worked my hardest, and Mr. Malone chipped in, and Miss Marsland and Miss Anisi were there as well to help, those roots, those roses, did not want to go. The deeper I shoveled, the deeper and stronger their roots seemed to be. Eventually, I had to use an axe to get them out. And as I drove home that afternoon with the 2 rose bushes in the back of my car, I thought to myself, there's no way these roses are going to survive. But I planted them in my front yard. I gave them good soil. I watered them regularly. And eventually, they came back to life. And as I watched these roses bloom, this year in particular, earlier than they have in previous years, I couldn't help but think about you. Think about your strength, your resilience, and your strong roots. I couldn't help but remember that many of you and your families also come from faraway places. Burma, Congo, El Salvador, Ethiopia, Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, Philippines, Samoa, Somalia, Spain, Swaziland, Togo, Ukraine, and Zambia. You too had to leave your native soil and plant your roots in a foreign land. And you too found a way to thrive and to blossom. And some of you have deep roots in North Portland. Your older siblings, your cousins, your moms and dads and grandparents maybe attended and graduated from Roosevelt High School. As a matter of fact, one of our valedictorians is a 2nd generation Roosevelt valedictorian. So you too know how important your roots are. So as all of you go forward, as you start college and enter the workforce, as you begin new adventures, as you begin to branch out, I want to encourage you, as Alex said, to remember your roots. Remember where you come from. Remember the people that helped you get here. Remember your family customs, your traditions. Remember the people who gave you courage and love. Remember that your roots give you sustenance. They give you stability. It's your roots that allow you to reach for the sun. And I know that all of you, no matter the journey that you traveled to get here today, to sit in this very chair that is only meant for you, I know that your roots are deep, they're strong, and I know that your roots will support you as you leave Roosevelt High School. Even though you're about to graduate from Roosevelt, you will remain a Rough Rider for life. Please come back to share your successes. Please allow us to continue supporting and celebrating you. For many of you, Roosevelt has been a second home, and we will always be excited to welcome you back home to Roosevelt. I love you, I respect you, and I'm so very proud to serve as your principal. Congratulations, class of 2018. So the tradition of having a staff speaker at graduation ceremonies here at Roosevelt dates back to 1980s. This year, we decided to change things up. A couple of weeks ago, we invited our staff members to share a little bit that they love about you, that they will miss about you, wishes that they have for you. And we have the great fortune of having Ms. Renee Mitchell on our staff who put all of this together and created a poem that some of our staff will perform here. So please put your hands together and welcome Ms. Renee Mitchell, Tori Rogers, Mariah Day, Ms. Anisi Teles Ferreira, and Jolene.
We're gonna have to set this down for a second. Do you mind? Gonna take my minute. Because y'all are shining so bright, I gotta wear shades. We will miss you when you leave us, but it is time.
Time for you to continue your journey
of becoming.
Of discovering your life mission.
You are walking in footsteps.
Of writers who have come before.
And now the light shines in your direction.
Step into it. It is your turn.
We celebrate you, seniors.
Your sense of humor. Your commitment to
Social justice. Your inner strength.
Your leadership skills.
Your black girl magic.
We give these possessions to you.
Safety.
Success.
Wisdom.
When you go, there will be no one.
No one.
No one left at Roosevelt.
Who is exactly like you.
We have watched you grow.
For 4 years. We were there when you gathered in front of the school as sophomores and threw your books into the air like they were
Graduation caps.
Now,
here you are.
And we are so proud of you.
Of whom you have become.
Your graduation class is
incredibly unique.
You have witnessed our campus transformation. From the beginning
to the end.
Your class had more athletic accomplishments
than decades before you.
You have filled our walls
and hallways
with art that inspires
our
creativity
with posters
of social justice
that challenged our thinking
and colorful dream flags
that lifted our spirits.
And now,
you are leaving us.
With memories.
We, your teachers and staff,
will never forget you.
We will never
forget you. Never forget you.
We won't forget the way Kamara laughs so hard that she cries.
Or the way that Gilberto gave his some supportive finger snaps for his classmates in health class.
We won't
forget Ivani's hoodie that said everything in one word, King!
We enjoyed the boys basketball team in the playoffs.
We will treasure dancing together with Miriam and Lita.
We admire those who dutifully memorize Japanese words and characters.
We remember trying our best to catch the mouse in our classroom.
And failing miserably.
But laughing hysterically because being together
was the only thing that really mattered.
We will miss Najara's heartwarming smile.
I chuckled when I think about that time that you took my phone 4 years ago.
And filling it with silly pictures.
That still make me smile.
I'll never forget
when Gretzky tricked me
into deleting Alex out of the Kahoot game.
I'm bewildered.
That after Fatuma and her classmates finally
got caught up on their schoolwork,
they still had the nerve to ask
how they could get
at least an A
in my class. We noticed that the one thing you took most from the library
is the tissue paper
and not the books. I will always appreciate how Bryce loaned me his longboard for a test ride.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Thank you,
that.
so good.
We,
your
your teachers and staff,
are thankful for all of that.
and we are also thankful for you.
all of you. Seniors, you have made us laugh.
You have challenged us.
You made us proud.
You had my back when that sub tried to trash about me.
You reminded each other to think deeper.
And try harder. You created opportunities to showcase student voice.
You spent time planning,
Preparing.
and then reflecting on Hoodie's Up Day.
Celebraste tu cultura.
You celebrated your culture
At Unity Fest and blessed our commons.
You sat down for hours to stand up for what you know is right.
You chanted in solidarity.
Spoke truth to power.
Anna rallied us around gun control.
And
And
demanded
demanded
that we care more.
And do more. You welcomed community into our shared spaces.
And listened
Respectfully.
To their stories.
You, our dear graduates,
Planted compassion
and raised hope. If anyone can be the change that we need in this world, it is you.
It is you.
It is you.
Recuerden lo fuertes que son.
Remember how strong you are.
Remember, there were moments when you doubted whether you could make it through the challenges that greeted you.
Make it through that AP class.
That breakup.
That self-cutting
Self-doubt. Self-sabotage.
or bullying, but you did it.
You did make it through.
You have tasted success, and more is out there.
Waiting for you to claim it.
So never lose sight of your goals.
And remember to water your roots too.
Don't forget the lessons you have learned
In our classrooms
On the courts.
and in our hallways,
Don't forget to vote.
No se olviden de votar.
Don't forget to vote.
did we mention that you should make sure to vote? And never, ever forget that you have a voice. The world needs to hear.
Trust your instincts.
They will never steer you wrong.
And remember that change
Always
begins with you.
Your thoughts, after all,
are powerful.
Because your thoughts create your experiences.
So choose your thoughts wisely. And please, please,
Por favor.
Don't forget the strong sense of community that you created here.
Participated in here.
enjoyed here.
We are still here to support you if you need us.
If you need us,
Take that feeling of belonging wherever you go.
take our love with you too.
and stay connected to us. And most importantly, to each other.
Teach us adults the ways of a world
That is just,
honest,
Kind
giving.
and equitable,
just like you. We have faith in you, you know.
We have confidence in you.
We have expectations for you.
We have hope for
Mariano to share his leadership.
Elsa to share her passion.
Randea and Kenya to share their strength.
Isaiah to share his unabased joy.
We have hope for
Mocha to share her resilience.
Jessica to write her book someday.
McCann and Alex that you eventually become educators.
Victor and Lester to share their thoughtfulness.
Henry,
And Henry.
both Henrys, to share their love of music with the world.
Amma to share her advocacy with the world.
Zoe to share her voice.
And we have hope for
Nikki to share her wisdom.
Cindy to share her powerful and beautiful stories.
Juan to share his tenacity.
Ashley to share her creativity and goodness.
And we
have hope for
Janaea to be head of the Environmental Protection Agency one day.
Yes, we believe in you.
We got
We're
you.
proud of you. We see you.
We see you, Yuri and Oliver.
We see you, Casey. We see you, Judah. We see you, Riziki.
We see you, Chublu and Esther and Leslie.
We have seen how all of you have grown into yourself over the last 4 years.
We see you. We see all of you.
Named and unnamed, you are adaptable,
Resilient.
strong,
Creative.
And compassionate.
We know the seed has been planted in you to change the world for better.
But it takes persistence
and courage
and belief in yourselves.
Focus on all those strengths
that we already know you have. We know you have it.
Believe you can achieve it.
And don't hold back.
Most of all, seniors,
Listen.
Listen.
listen to your hearts.
Oigan.
Only you can hear that still, quiet voice called intuition.
Learn to trust your inner voice.
It will never steer you wrong.
And learn from your mistakes.
You are allowed to make them.
Lots of them.
Mistakes are part of your growth and development.
What we wish most for you
is to remain curious.
Figure out what brings you joy.
What brings you a deeper sense of pride in yourselves.
Your culture and your potential.
You are the author of your story.
So make sure it's inspiring.
And whenever you're feeling down or overwhelmed,
when the world feels like a dark place, return. Always return.
To gratitude.
Help someone else who's a little bit worse off than you.
Because gratitude expands our hearts.
Lets in more light. So always keep your heart open to new possibilities.
Keep your mind open
to new ideas.
New experiences.
New groups of friends.
We encourage you to find something that you love.
And pursue it with everything you've got.
Be present.
Be kind.
Be wise.
And find your passion.
Your passion.
Your purpose.
Your truth.
Keep climbing.
Keep reaching.
Keep chasing your dreams.
And while you are up there,
do not forget to remember to enjoy the view.
It is your time, seniors. It is your time.
We bless you, class of 2018.
We love you.
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 Los queremos mucho.
And we're so proud of you. You got this.
You do.
Soar, Rough Riders.
Soar, Rough Riders.
Soar, Rough Riders.
Soar, Rough Riders. Soar. Just take a bow, ladies. Take a bow, ladies.
All right, thank you, ladies, and let's thank the other staff members who contributed. Appreciate that. All right. Okay, now we will recognize our seniors who have reached the highest level of academic achievement. Audience, please hold your applause until all students are standing. Could our valedictorians please stand one more time? These seniors have the highest GPA of the students assembled, and they are wearing the triple gold and white cords to signify their honor. We also have one salutatorian. Would Juan Jose Gutierrez Cardenas please stand? Juan has the second highest GPA of all students. He is wearing the gray and white double cord to signify this honor. Would all those receiving gold cords please stand? These students have achieved high honors and have maintained a GPA of 3.5 to 3.99. Next, could the graduates receiving a silver cord please stand? These students have maintained a GPA of 3.0 to 3.9 throughout their high school career. Please give our academic honorees a huge round of applause. In addition, many scholarships from colleges and community partners were awarded to the students sitting in front of you. If you are a recipient of any of the following scholarships, please stand and remain standing, and audience, please hold your applause. The John and Mary Mock Memorial Scholarship, Theodore Roosevelt High School Scholarship, Peninsula Optimist Club Scholarship, Ruth Henderson Fund, Dorothy Crow Scholarship, Pauline and Harold Bryant Scholarship, the Weinstein Family Scholarship, the G.S. Barnes Scholarship, the Neil Kelly Memorial Scholarship, the Al Forthen Memorial Scholarship, ACSIC Leadership Scholarship, Kaiser Permanente Scholarship, Black United Fund, Beat the Odds, Oregon Pathways Scholarship, Oregon Alliance of Black School Educators, Education First Scholarship, Future Connect. With all seniors who have earned scholarships that you will use at an Institute of Higher Learning next year, but not read here, please stand as well and be recognized. This senior class has amassed $1.7 million and counting in scholarships. Please help me in congratulating our great seniors.
Almost there. Roosevelt staff, please assemble on the right side of the auditorium to congratulate our seniors. And now the awarding of the diplomas. With the power vested in us by the state of Oregon and the Board of Education for Portland Public Schools, we're honored to present the Roosevelt High School class of 2018. They have successfully met and exceeded all the requirements and earned the right to receive their high school diploma. Row 1, please stand.
Jessica Chauvin.
John Wesley Wilkinson.
Chablu Wa. Anna Marie Mills.
Dean Asen. Noah Asen.
Kia Birch.
Hawi Bakali. Andres Acosta Medina. Holly Evelyn Alvarez Morquecho. Macio Alfonso.
Tyler Arrington.
Go. Claudia Andrés Francisco. Fatuma Ahmed. Casey Hassan Ali. Madeline Armendariz Sullivan. Ivan Bosyuk. Dalton Bergstrom.
Max Britton Jackson. Najma Garad. Najma Garard. Sierra Barton.
Jose Bedoya Sanchez. Brian Barbosa. Jake Bruce. Max Brunel.
Nicole Burns. Molly Byers. Sophia Cantoria. Randea Carpenter. Yon Chablé.
María Castelví Figueroa.
Dan Cha. Reed Chandler. Tanner Allen Williams Cruz. Maceo Chisley. Mike Childs Jr.
Juan Carlos Chan Gonon. Kenia Claros Martinez. Ryan Cresswell.
Vincent Daniel. Roman Dominguez. Dominic Dio.
Henry Earl. Efren Alenes.
Simone Mbaye.
Mariano Ferreira Garcia. Cassandra Ferrusca Corona.
Grace Ferris. Florinda Felix Pedro. Janea Fraction.
Jacqueline Flores Contreras. Stephanie Farias. Sulai Fifita. Victoria Fuquay. Leomar Galeana Cuevas.
Victor Hugo Garcia Muñoz.
Gilberto García López. Guillermo Gamino Barrón.
August Gerard. Natalie D. Goldberg. Jasmine Gonzalez.
Ash Castillo. Raekwon Greeley. Elsa Govea Lemos. Kimora Jackson.
Juan Gutierrez Cardenas. Fia Rayo Haleen. Chris Hansen. David Herod.
Isaias Hochholter. Henry Hofstetter. Mac Hubbard.
Oliver and Riziki Hussein.
Dimitri Ivanor. Kaylee Ichkolin.
Isaiah Johnson. Bryce Kaplan. Boston Holt. Lami Khalil. Davon Kimbrough. Jalen Leday. Princess Losi Calamafoni.
Give me a drum roll. Give me a drum roll.
Yvonne Kate.
Sage Kenyon. Brian Kim. Josea Lopez.
Judah Michael Kinsey. Michael LaShore.
Leslie Lopez Chegwe. Trisha Lapp. Dalton Lesko. Queen Zainab Zainel. Kristen Lauren Letbetter.
Keandre Banks. Ajani Husband.
Skylar Ray Montfort.
Ashley Brady.
Alexander Tep Soto.
Madison Neuendorf. Miss Nakaya Rayford. Zoe Lika Doom. Finn McCool.
Aurelio Magaña. Jasmine Mesa. Ivan Montano. Oscar Moreno Lule. Michaela Machik. Brooklyn Myers. Casey Morley. Jessica Mendoza Jimenez.
Sean B. Middleton. Zachary McKinney. Austin O'Brien. Riley Rogers.
Carmen Caravantes Ferrusca.
Andrew McGain Martin. McKayan McGuire. John McEnroy.
Columbia Nápoles Mendoza.
Deja Neslin. Javen Neese.
Anthony O'Shea. Tony Otsoy Kotok. Yurixi Olivares. Mocha Pernell Trice.
Cindy Crystal Palafox Hernandez. Erica Palavicino. Laurel Boyd. Abraham Passion.
Marianita Magdalena Pedro Macario Francisco. Leonardo Pérez Carrasco. Miriam Pérez Luna.
Kayla Pomachek.
Wendy Paul Paul.
Esther Pizarro Cervantes. Rick Paulson.
Laura Lee Quesada. Carla Rodriguez. Matías Roy Aranda. Juan Romero Carrasco. Talia Rolón Sánchez. Sheila Rodriguez. Lester Ramos Agastume. Diego Rizcache Kotok.
Tarvon Randolph.
Ubaldo Ruacho.
Grutsky Saka.
Carolina Sánchez Villanueva.
Logan Sanderson.
Diamond Singleton.
Nation Torado.
Alize Rutley. PJ Spacel.
Rachel Skolback.
Angie Sethabonsak.
Ashley Sandmeyer. Corey Seamer. Tierra Parrish. Sione Talanoa. Tristan Thayer.
Cassandra Vargas de Lara.
Raylon Seamster. Sophia Verona.
Jodeci Verkuderin. Leslie Vela. Lisa Amor Velázquez Mendiola. Chandra Watson. Michaela Wilson.
Dominic Whitebird. Isaac Williams. Sunshine Zhang. Alex Zhang.
Nelson Ya Palacios. Francisco Nieves.
Brant Yamamoto.
Y David Zacarías.
Daniel Malone and Andre Hawk.
I invite to the stage the three that will help us turn the tassel.
Fellow graduates, please stand.
We are now official graduates of Roosevelt High School. Join us now in changing your tassel from the right to the left. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations to the class of 2018.
Finish this real quick. You can go back to your seat. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming to today's festivities. We wish all of our grads all the best as they move on to their next endeavor in life. Graduates, please stand. Remember to get your diploma that way before we leave. Jazz band, lead us out.